So, one does not simply ride the fell beast. So, I don't think I can get him to engage here without my party. But basically, what you're going to end up doing is fighting the fell beast with the Nazgul on top. Deal with him, and then it's you and the Nazgul, your party. Let's see if I can actually give you a good view of him. This is really cool. So, quick tease.
Looks awesome.
A bunch of other instances, but in the interest of time, I want to show a whole bunch of other stuff, and then skirmishes. So we did some system revisions. First of all, we did some stuff to mounts. First time you come in the game after Mirkwood ships, and you utilize your horse in inventory, it's going to ask you to convert it to a skill. So once you've done that, from that point on, it's a horse skill. You just put it in your quick slot bar wherever you want it to be.
Not taking up inventory.
Not taking up inventory. And it's much more real in that I can now talk to NPCs. I can buy things from vendors without getting off my horse. I can, in some cases, zone from place to place with my horse. I can, cross landlocked boundaries with my horse. All the things that you couldn't do before. I can emote on my horse. Things that just felt like you should be able to do, so now you can. So, huge change. Also, because this is now a skill, I can now collect them all here. No inventory slots taken, available to me. I can drag them into my slots. I can slot them all and change out horses at will if I want to. Another thing we added, now if you go to a vault, talk to a bank guy, open a bank, you've got a new button here, shared storage. This is account level storage. So anything you put in here is available to all your characters on that server. Very valuable, as you can imagine. Some limitations, obviously, to prevent some difficult utilization of this feature. How's that? The other thing we did, it's kind of hard to see, so I'll just explain it, but we did a tremendous amount of work under the covers to combat. To address, the punchiness of combat. Most importantly, the biggest thing was auto attack now is interruptible by your skills, almost instantaneously. So that whole mushy sense that you get with the queuing and everything, now they've worked all year on this very carefully, so that hopefully the experience that you have with your character and your class and all that isn't fundamentally changed, but that the combat itself just feels a lot more punchy and responsive. It certainly does feel that way when you play it. So we're hoping players will feel the same way. We also, the game's gotten more mature, a lot more going on, giving you just a little bit more in the UI to help deal with all this stuff that's going on. Also, as we said, in the legendary items, there's now a 4th runic slot for crafted runics. Tying things together, very, very cool. Lots of possibilities there that we can talk about if we have time. Skirmish. So this is your skirmish panel. The first thing you notice is that we're tracking an incredible amount of stats. Pretty much every skirmish you do, every type of stat that you can imagine. So, how many control points I've taken, how fast, how many kills, blah, 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 what size group I was in, etc. This is all going to be tied, or some of it is going to be tied to MyLotro and on the web, and so we're going to have, sort of real-time, so you're going to be able to have leaderboards and, hopefully eventually tournaments and competitive stuff, and, which we think players are going to dig. This is where you configure your soldier. So I can assign roles to my soldier, and each class has a role. So like, Archer is obviously your ranged guy. Bannerman, there'll be different names probably, but that's essentially your captain. There's a protector who's like a tank, and on and on and on. You can also do cosmetic changes to them. So they can look different than other people's. Then I can get skills, train them up, and then it's all gets slotted just like traits do. And so you can slot and reslot and keep respeccing them. You're not stuck with the soldier that you've been building. You can be whatever you want them to be.
So how do you acquire these soldiers in the first place? Do you just have them and then you kind of customize them? Or?
The soldier's a skill that you get early on. Everybody has, very base level, rank 1, and then as you're doing skirmishes, you gain skirmish points, and that's what you use to buy, to rank things up. And so the more you do, the better you do, the more skirmish points you have, the faster you can, rank them up, the more powerful they'll be and help you. So, for example, if we go to Bree,